Oh my god, wow. You're on the bed. I have a feeling this is gonna fall.
That would suck.
You can be die in 7 days.
That's enough of that.
Hi!
Oh my god, hi.
It's been a really long time since I've done this. Oh my god, I wrote notes, but I don't have them on me, so welcome back to YouTube, to me. I consume so much media and so much YouTube, and I'm on the internet literally 24/7, and yet I don't make YouTube videos. It would make sense if I did, but I just don't. So I'm gonna make some. I'm gonna make a YouTube video. It's been 2 years, okay? I look like this now. You can't even see my hair, really. I like parted it really weirdly today. I'm literally gonna sit and do my makeup and just like chat. It's been a really long time since I like tried to make a YouTube video. I think this is the time. I think this is the time. I think I should start off by saying I'm sorry for not making videos in a really long time. What the heck? That was so random. That's too late. We left off on this YouTube channel of me and Caleb making bubble tea. I love that video. I think that's so fucking funny. Shut up! But yeah, I was 18. I was living with my sister. Do I sound Australian? Do I have an Australian accent? Anyway, we were only meant to stay there for like a month, and then we had to find another place to live. And so for the next few months after we had moved to Melbourne, we basically were just like hopping around different rentals. Melbourne is such a great place to live. Like, it's so cute, and it was like such a realized dream. Like when I was there, I was like, wow, look at me, I'm like living the life or whatever. Look how white my hand is. I would basically just come back to my hometown like for a week, and then I'd go back to Melbourne and I'd cause some havoc. Not really. What was I doing that was cause havoc? But yeah, I was basically just cruising for a bruising. Now that I think of that time, 2019 especially, I'm like, damn.
Damn, Daniel.
We were so blessed and we did not even know it. Like, I went to Japan that year. What the fuck? And this is obviously all before the pandemic hit. Woo. Can I get 3 woohoos for the pandemic? We ended up getting a house in Melbourne, but the move-in date was set at August, which was a bit difficult because we got there obviously in February. So we ended up just doing a bunch of rentals. We like rented an Airbnb for like a month, and then like we stayed at my sister's friend's place and like took care of their dog. Just did a whole bunch of shit. Like I cruise and I bruise, but then I was cruising and bruising, like for real. Does that make any sense? I think so. End of 2019 came and I started to stop going to uni a little bit. I'll be honest. Not because I didn't like my course or anything, just because I literally just felt like really anxious that semester for no reason at all. Like, to get serious for a second, I think anyone who studies art gets to a point in their life where they not start to resent their like art, but they just start to realize that it's not a hobby anymore, that you have to make like a business out of this. And it started to really dawn on me, like, just very existential vibes, where it's like, I love taking photos, I love doing makeup, I love
Graphic design is my passion.
You know, I would just think of like creating a career in it and, you know, trying to promote yourself and trying to get hired, just not being sure how to value your work. It's just like a very confusing time. And I started to feel that a lot in my second semester of uni. What am I talking about? I started going back to uni again. It was just like a few classes. It just overwhelmed me, especially not having friends in a class. I'm like,
Fuck, get me the fuck out of here.
and that's something that I didn't really like comprehend, like moving to a new city, was like making friends. Like, obviously I have friends in Melbourne, but it's like different, you know? It's different than like having like a group of friends like I do here, like in my hometown. Oh my god, there's powder all over my forehead. What the heck? Anyways, I got out of that little rut. It was fine. And then I was like, 2020, it's gonna be the best year of my fucking life. Turns out the pandemic was about to hit. I came back to my hometown, Brisbane, for like a month at the start of 2020. And then I left, and I didn't come back until August, I think. And so it was just really like isolating. No shit, bitch. I remember because obviously no one knew how big this was gonna be initially. No one knew how big the pandemic was gonna like impact our lives at all. And so little old Lean, that's me, I was basically just kind of like so happy to stay at home again because in the previous semester I had like turned to that as like sort of a way to like cope with my social anxiety. And so when they were like, yeah, you don't have to go to class, I was like, oh fuck, yes. I've done it. Even though I didn't do anything. Literally have a video of me and Caleb like when we found out that like we didn't have to go outside and we're like celebrating. We're like, yeah. So yeah, obviously when the pandemic hit, we basically were just cruising again, but cruising to the point of like, I'm not going out, I'm not going and having fun. I'm staying inside and playing Animal Crossing whilst I should be in a toot. Like it was very it was a really challenging environment and I definitely had it so easy, but it was very like flattening. Is that like a good word for it? Like I literally like just felt so deflated. We had booked a flight for like, I don't know, mid-August, let's say. And then I woke up one day and I had a few missed calls from my mum and I was like, sorry, what? Basically, I got a call from my mum being like, you need to cancel your flight in 2 weeks, say it was, and you need to come back tomorrow because Queensland is closing their borders, which is where my whole family's from. So we were like, shit. And we basically like packed up our lives so quickly. Like I will say, like I literally came back to Brisbane with one suitcase. Like all of my nice cameras are in Melbourne. My sewing machine that I haven't used because I got it for my birthday and then we had to leave is in Melbourne. All of my clothes, like and we ended up booking a flight. It was so expensive. It was like $1,300 for me and Caleb one way to Brisbane because everyone was trying to get on that flight. So yeah, basically we go to the airport. They're like, where are you from? We're like, West Footscray, which is where my house is. And they were like, oh.
Why are you here?
Basically, we got to the airport. The Virgin people were like, dude, you should not be here. Like, they've been arresting people that have tried to come to the airport, who are from similar suburbs to you, like also hotspot suburbs. And then we were like, fuck, okay. And I got really emotional. And they were like, you can get on the flight, but we cannot guarantee what will happen to you when you get into Queensland. And I called my mum and I was crying and I was like, Mom, Mom, what the fuck do I do? And my mum works for Queensland Health and she was like,
dude, just chill, all right?
And so we told the Virgin people, we were like, okay, we're going to get on the flight. And I don't think they really expected us to say that we'd get on the flight, because immediately she was like, oh, all right, I'll call my supervisor, I guess. And then she called this woman and they came down and they were like, all right, guys, like, you know, blah, 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 just like making sure that you've been isolating and whatever. And we were like, yeah, we literally don't fucking leave the house. Like, come on. Just let us on this flight. We just want to go home. And then there was like police officers that were like interrogating us. Like it wasn't like an actual like interrogation. It was just kind of like them trying to make us not want to get on the flight, I guess. But basically there were these fucking pigs. These fucking pigs. And they like walked up to us all slow and like all sassy. And then they were like,
So, why are you going back to Brisbane?
and I was like,
Like we're actually from Brisbane. We just study here.
and then they were like,
So you're not from Brisbane, you actually live here.
and I was like,
Yeah, but like we've lived in Brisbane like our whole lives.
and they were like,
No, but you're living here now. So why do you want to go home? Why do you want to go back to Brisbane when you live here? Like, that seems a bit irresponsible that you're trying to go back.
and I was like, I get it, like I definitely get it, but we had like a hotel lined up to quarantine at. They were like chatting to us and they could tell that I was getting like really emotional because I was just so scared because I I hate interactions with the police, and I can only imagine what they would have done if we like weren't white as well. Like they were just being like such assholes, and I was getting really sad, and then they were like, oh, like they saw that I was getting really emotional and they started being nice to us. They were like, oh, so what do you do in Melbourne, like what do you study? I was like, photography. Then we ended up like, we were so close, we put our bags in, and then we were like so close to like actually getting on the flight. And then she was like, I just need to make one more phone call, and it'll be peachy, like you can get on the flight, like go home to your families, because I think they started to feel bad for us at that point. And we were like waiting to board, and then they come out and they're like, sorry guys, you have to go home, like we can't flight you. Even though they were like literally saying 20 minutes before that, like you can fly but at your own risk. The flight that was like in 2 weeks that we thought that we'd have to cancel was cancelled. Like it wasn't even us, like they just cancelled it. We ended up getting like the money, like they reimbursed us from that. We ended up getting the money from that and then paying for a new flight the next day. When we got in, we finally got in. I think I have footage of like us afterwards, because we were like so dead. We just made a video of like what had just happened to us. So I might disperse some of that in here.
I feel like shit. Yeah.
This is the only thing keeping me going. Hello, sweet little man. Oh. I just had another nap next to my boy with his butt in my face. I'm fucking sick of this shit. Do I look okay? We're doing it. Guys, we made it.
We got in.
Don't know if this is going to be a permanent thing, but feeling good, feeling fine.
We get onto plane and then police rock up.
So yeah, we basically got into Brisbane, yeah, like end of July, I'd say. And then we did our 2 weeks quarantine in a hotel.
We do.
Hi everyone.
Hi everyone. Hi. We're back with another episode. Who done did it? Did it again. So we got into Brisbane Airport. And there was police and the military.
Yeah, army officials there too. But flying with Jetstar was a lot better, which was surprising. We'll give you a fucking tour of our little hotel.
No?
No. Which was fun. I mean, as fun as hotel quarantine can be. We watched like all of Westworld, which is a really good show. But yeah, apart from that, we've literally been in Brisbane ever since. Ugh. I want to go back to Melbourne really bad. I love Brisbane, but I do want to go back to Melbourne eventually. I feel like I've just been talking myself in circles for the past yonks. But yeah, basically like ever since we came back, I just feel really like unmotivated and unproductive in terms of like being creative. It's like a very overwhelming experience being creative for some reason.
But that's my issue.
This is literally my makeup look to go to the shops. I'm going to Coles. I've been really into lip liner recently, but this lip liner is not very good. It's by Morphe and it comes off so quickly. But it looks good, like whilst it's on. One time I was curling my eyelashes and I curled my like eyelid. I'm not gonna lie to you and say that was one time. It was like 6 times. Oh my god, someone's coming home. I just heard someone. Alright. The next part of Ew, that was so gross. Why did I do that? Ew. She's proud of it as well. Shut up. Stop doing that. But basically, I just did a normal eye look that I always do. Like the 2 lines on top of your eyes. Oh, look at my face. Oh, it's uneven. She doesn't give a fuck. Oh, wow, look at that. Oh, and I put gloss on. Yes, and I was very enthusiastic about the gloss. Woohoo! Yes! Alright, I hope you guys have really enjoyed watching this video. Ew, I'm so annoying. But yeah, I really want to make more videos soon. Let me know what you want me to make. Why am I making that face? Oh, goodbye! Goodbye! Oh, just kidding, she's back. Alright, see you guys later. Bye!